Morning guys, Tater here, welcome to Tater Games. Today we are talking about the banana bread comments, which means we just go through your comment section and actually try and answer as many as we can over the past week. Let's do it! Sorry if I seem a little dopey, I just woke up, so we're gonna do this straight away. Oh, it's gonna be good. Right, so we got some great comments this week, great comments, and again, it is just overwhelming how much you guys send me. So the way this works is we're going to go through your comments, only YouTube comments, unfortunately. All the Discord stuff is kind of separate, and I usually make videos about the stuff that I talk about on Discord. That's how I get the ideas for it. We go through the comment section, of course, for the last week, and everything you guys ask, well, everything. Most of the stuff that you guys ask, I try and answer. For example, every time he drinks a coffee, I increase the video speed. It makes it shorter and more entertaining. I guess if you're speeding up that outro. I love that outro. Banana bread. The outro is marvelous. Someone says, your memes are bad and you should feel bad. I was thinking about this the other day. I messed up the name of my game, Turning Seeker. People will never get comfortable with that name. You see, the name thing's a little bit weird. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't play as big a part as I may have made it seem to believe. The name, of course, of a game is very, very, very important, and getting it right is kind of important as well. And I do believe that you can actually cater a lot of the marketing to just the name, you know? People memorize things, people get familiar with things, and so that is something that you need to take into account whenever you're trying to market or make your product. An upload that's actually in the morning. What is this? Well, the upload from last night was a little bit late. Sorry about that, guys. But the idea is that it is for 1 AM. It usually publishes every single day for me, and I record them in the mornings. Meaning that for a lot of North American viewers, you guys should usually get the videos kind of in the morning. I'm not too sure what time in the morning they actually come out when they come out at 1 AM here. Why are a lot of game devs musicians too, and why do I prefer to make music over coding now, even if I don't put many hours into it each day? And why did I choose an engineering course over something that is oriented into music in a period of my life where I do not want to study code? Why am I so stupid? Aww. I wouldn't worry too much about it. The engineering degree is of course going to help you out eventually. One would hope that it actually helps you out. There are a lot of people in the engineering side of things. My views on university are really, really salty. Whenever people say, hey, you're going to university, I always say, well, that's not the main part that you're going there for. The only things that you really get out of university are, one, contacts are really good, and two, since you're paying so much, you have a lot of motivation to actually push you kind of forward. Like, to do any of the creative subjects, do you really need a degree to be able to say that you can do that? If anything, you just need a portfolio, or you just need to be able to learn and be able to improve upon yourself on your own, rather than paying so much just to go to university and have someone tell you whether or not you're improving, you know? Those type of things just don't really work. It's great to get feedback, but I mean, we live in the age of the internet where all our resources are actually available online, because creative topics don't really have a right way to do something. Of course, if you are going to university for like mathematics or some sciences, stuff like that, you really need to know the facts in order to be able to advance in there. And there's no one better to tell you these facts than people who are qualified themselves and who have been doing it for many, many years. So the lecturers usually know what they're talking about. They've been in the field, they've done some research of their own and stuff like that. But when it comes to creative topics, I mean, you know, from a guy who studied game development, teaching another guy to get a degree in game development, come on. Is it really necessary? Again, don't take it to heart. This is just what I believe. If you are in university for game development or believe that you need university, then fair enough, you probably do need that sort of kick and motivation to get into the field. When it comes to me, I believe it was a waste of my time. Who do you work for? Where are the rebel bases? I work for myself, and for a matter of privacy, I'm not going to tell you where else I work. My biggest issue after the budget is that I have a slow computer. I cry. And that was for my making a game with a zero budget type video. This is one thing you need to understand, is that if you have a slow computer, you can guarantee that it's going to run on every computer ever made. Making games on slower devices kind of forces that optimization and refinement that you need to be able to make your game available to every single platform. You can chuck it on phones, you can chuck it on anything. When it comes to high-end devices, people usually start to make high-end games, and is it really necessary to make something that a large chunk of the population can't actually play? In some cases, it is very necessary to do that type of stuff, but it's not necessary to kind of destroy your marketing by making a game that a lot of people can't play. It doesn't make too much sense why you would do that. You really want to make it be available on low-end devices, and a great way to do that, well, I'm literally just looking at the silver lining here. I'm not saying that low-end devices are great for game development, no, definitely not. But having a low-end device just kind of forces you to make simple games that everyone can run. Or complex games that everyone can run. There really is no right answer. You are quite the talented guy. Keep up the good work, mate. Aw, thanks, man. This guy sucks. I hate him and his stupid mustache. Aw. As promised to a lot of people, I kind of have to get rid of this eventually. So when that day comes, I'm going to be sad. Please do a particle system tutorial for Unity. I was actually thinking about doing particle systems, but we might move on to that tomorrow. It's either particle systems or skybox was the two kind of requested things. So one of those will actually be up tomorrow, which is a good sign. Can you make a video about making everything the same but with multiplayer? I mean HP and mana stacks, or STH, I don't even know what that means. I know that I need rework, please. Again, I've said multiple times that the problem with making tutorials is that you guys start to get reliant on tutorials. For stuff like this, you can easily look through documentation of things like Photon, and they teach you the basics of health systems and things. It's like you guys don't want to read into it. You guys just want the quick and easy answer, and then you want me to put the scripts up online so that you guys can download it. Given it's probably a minority of you guys, but that's the reason why I stopped doing tutorials, basically, because, again, I think I've already answered a question similar to this. It's kind of stupid how people think that if they love Unreal or Unity, then everyone must love that particular game. Now, I can agree more with this. You guys have the funniest sort of wars out there between Unity and Unreal, which is kind of unnecessary. And of course, the most popular one's going to reign supreme when it comes to that. Unfortunately, that is Unity. Unreal is a perfectly good engine, and so is Unity. So I don't know why there's so much hatred towards it. Hi Tater, are you going to be making a video just doing 30 seconds of each game like before as well? So the game jam was actually edited a little bit differently this time, and I thought that it was an improvement on the previous one, because had I shown every single game, then there is no real prize for coming in that top 10 or the top section in general. So I thought that giving feedback and stuff like that would actually be a much better way of me sort of saying, hey, congratulations on winning, you top 10 guys. And then of course the interview thing for the winners, so that the winners have some sort of prize. They get a little bit of publicity, they get a video all to themselves, and the top 10 guys all get a video in a big chunk. I thought that this was a much better way to do it. Again, there needs to be some form of reward for these guys. They did a great job, and of course they came before every single one. So sorry to everyone else who was in that. I know last time there was a showcase for every single one, but this time I was like, you know what, we can make a sort of prize system going on here. And next time I'm hoping to get an actual prize going on there for the winners. I don't know, Steam credit or something like that. The YouTube channel is actually making a little bit more money, which means that I have a lot more disposable stuff that can go into other things. So yeah, keep up to date with the next game jam, and of course then you can go into the draw to actually win a prize like that, which is really good. Someone says banana bread show feet. Followed by someone else saying, how tall are you? Your hands look huge. Really? I haven't measured myself for a good 10 years, but I am relatively tall, you could say, and very slender, so my hands look really big. My feet, on the other hand, are bigger than they should be, and these are my working boots. And there's a bit of head comparison there. You know what they say about big feet, don't you? Takes them like 10 hours to find a bloody pair of shoes that actually fits. Do a face reveal. Can I take your end intro music? If you want to. I'm not going to like send out copies or anything, but yeah, go ahead, take it, do whatever you want with it. Can you turn off the RGB on your keyboard? It bothers me when you cut and immediately changes color. Ah, sorry that bothers you so much, guys. Could you please make a video series on you making a game and explaining what you're doing and why, so that you can make your game by following the steps you do, so that I can make my game, I'm guessing means following the steps you do. Again, this is another tutorial problem, is that, you know, you guys just kind of want to replicate things or do that type of stuff. Come up with some original ideas, of course. Improve upon what someone else has made. All that type of stuff is really great. But my doubts are that you can improve if you need a tutorial series in order to be able to make a game in the first place. This all conflicts with what I just said, but we are going to be making a tutorial series based on this IO game that we are actually making in our spare time. And last night I just networked the entire thing, so it is almost ready to be not published, but tested and sort of given out to the world and stuff like that. So if you want to keep up to date with that sort of stuff, head over to Later Tater. The link should be down in the description below, followed by some other social media links. If this is not enough for you, then you guys can always talk to me there, usually on Discord or Twitter is a great place to do that sort of stuff. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you guys want your comments answered on the next Banana Bread, which is every Thursday, then of course just leave a comment down in the description below. Usually phrase it as a question, and I will take into account that you actually want that thing sort of answered, and then we'll answer it all in the video next week. Join us tomorrow where we talk about particle systems. I'll see you there.